What's up guys, my name is Chris and this is Samsung Galaxy Watch. And first of all, shout out to Samsung for actually changing the name from Galaxy Gear and Galaxy Gear S3 and other sorts of weird names. Now it's just a Galaxy Watch. So this is Samsung's Galaxy smartwatch that was launched alongside the Note 9 a couple weeks ago, and now it comes in two sizes. This normal 46mm size, which a lot of people complained that it was too big and chunky, and Samsung responded by making another one, a 42mm size Galaxy Watch, and now the Galaxy Watch should be more comfortable in more hands. The smaller watch comes in midnight black and rose gold, while the bigger one, the 46mm one, comes in silver only. And apart from the different colors, the smaller watch comes with a smaller battery, a 270mAh battery, while its bigger counterpart, the 46mm watch, comes with a 470mAh battery. Actually 472 to be exact. That's almost double the difference in battery capacity. So that's something to consider when you're choosing between these two. Everything else about these two watches is the same. So everything I say about this bigger one applies to the smaller watch unless I specify. Design wise, it's still unapologetically a Samsung watch design, which I happen to be a fan of. That round watch with a rotating bezel at the top for scrolling and moving between menus. The frame of the watch is this very durable stainless steel. And I like the silver one more than the colored ones because I don't have to worry about visible scratches which are bound to accumulate on this watch when you're using it over a period of time. I especially like how it blends in with my other watches, other conventional watches that I use. It doesn't really stand out as a $400 smartwatch from Samsung at first glance, and someone has to actually see you using it to know that it's a smartwatch. I really like that. And overall, even for a smartwatch, the attention to detail and craftsmanship is absolutely top notch. The two buttons on the side with black accents will open up the menus and go back to the previous screen right out of the box. Then the watch also comes with rubber straps, which is a good choice of material for me if you ask me, especially for those people who like working out with their watches or doing a lot of outdoor activities. The sweat from your arms can easily be wiped away from the straps. But then again, it's very customizable in case you want to change the color of your straps or you just want to hook up some leather straps and change the overall look of your smartwatch. It's very easy, very customizable. This watch is, according to Samsung, military grade industrial design. First of all, it's 5 ATM water resistant. Basically what that means is it can go up to 50 meters in depth underwater and still maintain its integrity, that no water will come in even at 50 meters in depth. That is absolutely nuts, and that's definitely an upgrade from the 1 meter depth of water resistance we had in the previous watch. Then you have the stainless steel frame and a Gorilla Glass 5 protecting that OLED display. It's a durable watch, no doubt. I've dropped mine a couple of times before, been jogging with it for a while, swimming, all that stuff, and it still looks brand new. The only issue I have really with this watch is how bulky it looks and feels in the hand. It's definitely heavier than most of my other watches, other conventional watches that I wear, and you can definitely know that you're wearing this watch all day long because of how heavy and bulky it feels. Especially for those people who like wearing slim fit shirts, those people who wear office wear, you have to be prepared to have your watch sticking out of your shirt just because of how chunky it is. The microphone and the speaker of this phone have also been improved, so that makes everything that uses these two features better. Hands-free calling is better, playing music and sounds is better, Bixby can hear you more clearly. I just wish it can understand you as clearly as it hears you. Please make Bixby better, dear Samsung. And I also think that it's really cool that you can add your favorite contact or a contact you call frequently to a widget on your watch, so that it's very easy to call someone directly from your watch. That's a really cool feature that I think a lot of people take for granted. The battery life seems to be the other thing that stands out for me on this watch, and Samsung were very conservative talking about a 4-day battery, but I'm actually getting more than that, believe it or not. I'm actually getting about 5 days, even with the always on display turned on, and that is quite something. But it also depends on how you use your watch. For instance, playing music directly to your wireless earbuds from your watch will obviously drain the battery faster. Then different faces have different levels of brightness and intensity, and they will affect your battery drain differently. But one thing's for sure, any face you use, all of them are extremely bright and extremely visible even in broad daylight. And that's thanks to this super bright and vibrant OLED display that Samsung only know how to do too well. I never thought I needed a smartwatch before until I got to really testing this one for this review. And now I can't seem to be able to leave it behind. It's just so convenient and it has some really useful features that I'm getting actually kind of addicted to. First of all, I get all my notifications from my phone on my watch, so I pull my phone out of my pocket less. That means I'm saving more on my smartphone's battery life. I can read my text messages, emails, WhatsApp messages directly from the watch, and I can reply quickly with a set of custom replies. And I can also delete any of the messages directly from the watch or any of the emails just to keep my inbox clean and neat. And I also like the new vibrator, the new haptic engine inside this watch. It now just gives you those subtle vibrations, almost like a tap on your wrist to let you know that there's a new notification, not like the weird vibrations we had in previous watches. Scrolling to the right is my weather information, recently used apps, Samsung Health with all of its fitness tracking features, news briefing, your calendar which is linked to your Google Calendar, and reminders. And you can add widgets to the right if you want to. The navigation across apps and widgets and menus is really smooth, and that's thanks to that Exynos 9110 chip, 1.15 GHz, and 768 megabits of RAM. And then you also get 4 gigs of internal storage in case you want to install additional apps and store your music on the watch and things like that. And by the way, if you don't know how to move files from your phone to your watch and play, for instance, play music directly from your watch, I'll make another video for that. I'll leave the link somewhere up here or up here, whatever. Just check that out. So like I mentioned at the start of this video, this is not very different from the previous watch, the Samsung Galaxy Gear S3, terrible name. But there are a couple of noticeable and very welcome improvements. There's not enough reason for you to upgrade from the previous watch if you had the Galaxy Gear S3, but the improvements here are enough to make anyone who didn't have a watch or didn't find enough reason to have a Galaxy smartwatch, this gives you more reason to want to own a Samsung Galaxy watch. I wish you could have more apps like Google Maps and Google Assistant, no offense to Bixby, but I just feel like with those apps or with those additional apps that are not necessarily Samsung oriented or are not necessarily in the Samsung ecosystem will make this a more productive watch, dear Samsung. There's also an LTE version of this watch which will dig deeper into your pockets and will drain your battery faster. And to be honest, I'm not seeing myself needing an LTE version of this watch because I don't see myself anywhere with this watch and without my phone. Also, Bixby is terrible, but that's something that can be fixed over time with a couple of software updates down the line, so it shouldn't stop you from buying this watch if you wanted to. And I totally recommend this watch as a high-end smartwatch. It's expensive. There are other options. There are a couple of other options that are cheaper from Huawei and Xiaomi as usual. But if you're using a Samsung or in that Samsung ecosystem, this is the best smartwatch you can buy. I totally recommend it. Thanks for watching. Until the next one, my name is Chris, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.